5, 4, 3, 2.
Come on. I've been living life, always coloring inside the lines. Wanna get it right. Tie the knots so tight I can't breathe. Dig my feet down in the depth, feel the rhythm. Show you how good I can make it hurt. Take a bite of life. Ooh. I'm getting wild at the moon. Close my eyes, feel so right. Live life on the wild side. I'm getting wild at the moon. Close my eyes, feel alive. Live life on the wild side. Don't wanna waste my time. Always running from thoughts in my mind. Wanna press rewind. Fully on what's mine. Feel like fully. I'm getting wild at the moon. Close my eyes, feel so right. Live life on the wild side. I'm getting wild at the moon. Close my eyes, feel alive. Live life on the wild side. Live once, die twice. Breathe, fly, get wild. Dark sky, crazy. Eyes wide, live free. I'm getting wild at the moon. Close my eyes, feel so right. Live life on the wild side. I'm getting wild at the moon. Close my eyes, feel alive. Live life on the wild side. You know you want to.
All right, that was Wild by Joya Soul, and it is a pleasure to welcome Joya on the radio today. How are you?
I am wonderful. I'm happy to start my day with you all here. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. So, just curious, where are you located?
I am in San Diego, just in the foothills of Mount Palomar, about an hour outside of San Diego proper, in the lovely California.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of good music out there. What's it been like out there for you recently?
Well, in Southern California, we have been blessed to not have too many fires, so it actually has been really wonderful summer. And I'm pretty buffered from the city, so I actually live in a really beautiful area where there's not a whole lot of people. It's an agricultural town, and I feel like I live on a little slice of paradise with the city close enough to get to, but really just able to focus in on my creativity and my work and step outside and be in nature. So I have no complaints about Southern California.
That's really good to hear. And how long have you been making this kind of music?
I am somewhat new to making music. This particular kind of music I've been making for probably 3.5 years, and I've been writing music for the last 10 years. But this wave, this iteration of creativity is pretty new for me.
And I really like the vibe of it. I really like, the positivity of it all, and I think that's something we'll get into a little bit deeper through the interview. But you have some really great music, and one of them you have a really cool music video for, and that was the Supermom song, and I believe it's on. You have that video on YouTube and Facebook, right?
I do.
And what inspired you to make that song and then make like a whole, because it looked like it took a lot of effort. I saw screenshots of like the green screen and everything. So what was the inspiration for that song? I'm not sure if you're talking or not. I don't believe we can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay. Well, I'm not sure if you can still hear me. Okay. Okay, so the call ended. I'm going to reconnect with Joya. I'm going to play the song Supermom while we do that, and then we'll have her back on to talk about this song. So here it is, Supermom by Joya Soul.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Been running in circles, going out of my mind. Testing my patience, always pushing the line. Can't get a break, I'm on an hour's sleep. Come on, pretty baby, I'm a mommy's zombie. When my hugs are rejected, I can't take offense. Marathon crying, and it's really intense. One double shift, ain't no happy hour. Going full throttle, multitask my superpower. Na 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 na. When I look into those innocent eyes, something takes me by surprise. Like I can lift this couch up over my head. I'm the superhero of this home, yeah. I am Supermom. No man has ever been this strong. I am Supermom. Na 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 na. I am Supermom. No man has ever been this strong. I am Supermom. Yeah, you better believe, better believe, better believe. I'm the baddest. No matter what you're thinking, make no mistake. Bring it up, but baby, ain't no piece of cake. Bow down to my woman power. Make you kiss my feet if I could just take a shower. Na 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 na. 2 hours to cook, 2 minutes to eat. Always want more, they keep following me. And I've lost all notion of my privacy. Yeah. Earmuffs, please. I am Supermom. No man has ever been this strong. I am Supermom. Na 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 na. I am Supermom. No man has ever been this strong. I am Supermom. Yeah, you better believe, better believe, better believe.
Yes, Mom.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, I'm the baddest. Whoa, 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 whoa. In the big bad world of corporate life, raising kids ain't even recognized. For a moment, put your overgrown ego aside. You got your mom to thank that you're even alive. I am Supermom. No man has ever been this strong. I am Supermom. Supermom, yeah. I am Supermom. No man has ever ever been this young. I am Supermom. Supermom, yeah. I am Supermom. No man has ever been this young. I am Supermom. I am Supermom. No man has ever been this young. I am Supermom. Yeah, you better believe, better believe, better believe. Yeah, I'm the baddest. Ooh, I'm the baddest.
All right, that was Supermom by Joya Soul, and I believe we have her back on now. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, hello. So, what was the inspiration for your Supermom song?
Well, I wrote it for my sister who was going through an extremely hard time, like so many people going through COVID. She was going through a divorce, and she was a mother of 3, and her 3 boys were all under the age of 5. So 3 young boys going through a breakup with her partner. Mother's Day was just coming up, and she was working on the front lines as a nurse with COVID patients. And it was just one of those moments where I just so desperately wanted to be there for her, but given nobody was traveling, I'm in California, she's in Colorado, the only thing I could think of is if she could wake up on Mother's Day and have a song that was written for her, that's at least something that I can extend to her to let her know, because her children are so young, they can't let her know how much they appreciate her. I can let her know how much of a supermom I think she is, and that's really where Supermom was born from, is just trying to tell her how amazing she is for giving of herself as a mother of 3. And then as it came to life, and I actually have a lot of experience with children. I got my degree in human development, and as it came to life, it just became this thing, like, I just want to sing the praises of mothers everywhere because they are so deserving, because they give so much to raise children. That's where the music video was inspired from, of, okay, so this was a beautiful gift to my sister, and now I want it to be a gift to all women everywhere. And so I decided to make the video.
That's really amazing, and shout out to your sister and all the hard work that she's done through this through the hard times, and shout out to all the mothers out there. Hey Mom, thanks for being awesome. And I know you had a few other mothers as part of the music video, right?
I did, yeah. All of those. I put a shout out to my community and any extended network, and women just showed up. You can imagine what it's like to wrangle mothers, because mothers are the busiest people you can find. So it was quite a beautiful experience to actually have them show up and send in videos, and a lot of them were hilarious, and it was just a really, really fun project.
Awesome. If anybody's listening now, check out the Supermom music video. It's on YouTube and I believe on Facebook. So why do you make positive music? I believe you call it Posi-Pop?
Yes, positive pop, PosiPop. Well, I have a little bit of a pet peeve towards there being so many songs about heartbreak just in the public sphere. And although I love them as well, just like everybody else has those songs that just touch them for whatever reason, whether it's the message or the rhythm or just the way that it sounds, the way that the artist is singing it. To me, what I've been cultivating in my life and what I crave in my consumption, whether it's media or food, you name it, is things that are going to nourish me. And so this pet peeve was really born out of listening to music that I used to really enjoy and listening a little bit more to the message and just not connecting to the message and wanting to hear messages that were inspiring and encouraging and inspirational. And that's really where PosiPop kind of came out of. It's just wanting to contribute to a inspiring message. And there are so many other artists who are also doing this. I just wanted to contribute in that way and just happened to kind of coin the term PosiPop.
Mm-hmm. It's really important, that I think balance is really key. And yeah, there is a lot of heartbreak songs out there. I turn on the radio and it's kind of hard not to hear something sad and sappy, which has its place. But I do appreciate you keeping the musical realm balanced with your more like nourishing, like you said, music.
Yep, just my small little token of trying to, like you said, be balanced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I know you said you haven't been making it for a long time, but how did you first get inspired to? Was it because of the fact that there wasn't a lot of positive music that inspired you, or do you think it was there anything else? My artist story, I'll try and give you the most condensed version as I can. I like a lot of little girls fantasized about being a singer when I was little, but the family that I was raised with and the location that I was raised and just my conditioning, it became a really silly and unrealistic thought for me. So being an artist actually was never part of my actual consideration of what I would do with my life and where I would invest my time. And it wasn't until I was in my early 20s and plant medicines actually re-inspired music inside me, and I wrote my first song. And ever since kind of having that experience of a reawakening of remembering this little girl who actually did want to be a singer but had been suppressed my whole life, I started to write poems. I started to continue to write songs, but it still was something that I kept in the closet. I didn't tell anybody except for my partner and maybe my parents when I wanted to share a song here and there, but it wasn't something that my friends really knew about, and I certainly wasn't sharing anything publicly, nothing on social media, and it wasn't until around 2018 when I did 9 months of some intensive therapy, healing a lot of my core conditioning, my childhood wounds, just really digging into a lot of blocks that were holding me back from so many different things and dysfunctional patterns and all of those things that we as humans go through when we're on that internal path. And it was as though the dam broke of my suppressed artistry, and there was no stopping me. I just knew that I had to make an album, and I had to accept myself and claim myself as an artist, which I had never done before. And that's where the album Eudaimonia was born from. Just this I consider it a spiritual knowing, despite how people might define spirituality differently. Mine has been like a vitality life force that moves through my body as I clear and open and reconnect. The messaging has been follow the music, and so that's just I've just been listening and following. Yeah, my partner Shannon, she's really wanted to make music for a long time, and it has always had like rhythms and beats and stuff in her head, and she's just now starting to like open up to it and figure out how to, create that through all the technology and the instruments and all the things that we have. So I think that what you're doing is going to be a big inspiration for a lot of the women who, are afraid to claim their artistry, or afraid to, get started with the music for whatever reasons. What is the biggest lesson, or do you have any kind of advice for any of those women or just musicians in general who are afraid to get started?
Yeah, one of the biggest lessons I've learned is belief in myself is truly the most important ingredient. And after having lived my whole life not believing in myself, I know personally that it's not easy to get there. But everything else truly doesn't matter when I believe in myself, and even not having expectations of where I need to get to or what my music needs to do, but believing that I am worthy of creating this music and sharing this music because it fulfills me, because it makes me feel alive and like I'm living my life to the fullest. And it's so worth going through all of the fear that comes up. This journey has been a path that is consistently outside of my comfort zone. So I'm constantly on my growth edge with music, feeling both fear and excitement. And that's where I want to be, even though it's uncomfortable sometimes. That's where I really do feel like it is not only something that I'm doing, but something that is growing me. And I have the story where I was not raised playing an instrument, so I feel incredibly limited and behind on my ability to, quote unquote, create music. I don't really understand a lot of music theory. I'm a beginner guitar player. I'm a beginner ukulele player. I consider myself still a beginner in so many different ways, and have found music later in my life. I'm now 34. So in terms of the industry, like, I'm technically behind, but if we want to live in a world where we're not going to let other people and past cultures, past ideas, past belief systems limit our lives, then we just need to take steps forward and say, nope, I'm going to do it anyway. So I really hope that in any way I can be an inspiration for others, because I personally know that it does bring up a lot of fear and doubt, and it's just a journey with the self for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have to say that I'm really grateful you didn't just keep this music inside, and you were able to find a way to bring it out into the world. So now that, we get to play it on the radio, and people get to listen to it. And I think, that's really, really amazing. So I'm really grateful that you took that chance and made that leap, even though it might have been hard for you, or maybe you were a little bit afraid.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we do have a final song to play. Before we get to that, though, I am curious if there's any latest news or any kind of events or anything that you have coming up, or even kind of shameless plugs with your social media.
So I'm still sharing my newest album, Eudaimonia, which is on Spotify under my artist name, Joya Soul. I'm also on Instagram at Joya Soul. And I will have some new music coming out over the next few months. So you can sign up for my newsletter, which will share all of that on my website, which is joyasoulmusic.com.
Cool. You might have cut out a little bit there. Are you still there with us?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you pop back in.
Oh, great.
Yep. We got the website, joyasoulmusic.com.
Correct. That's where you can sign up for my newsletter, which will share when my new music is coming out.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you coming on to the radio to talk with us and to share your music and your story. And it is very inspiring. I'm so very grateful for you to be here with us today.
I'm so grateful too. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So we have one final song, and we'll probably end it there. This song is called Do What You Love, and Joya, I'd like to give you the opportunity to introduce this song.
This song has a lot of meaning for me. It was the last song that made it on the album, and I realized as the album was coming to an end in the creation process that I wanted to plant a seed that I continue to do this. And I, through the process of making this album, realized how much I love making music. So this song is really my affirmation of I want to spend my life doing what I love. And that's where this song is born from.
I've been running all around, trying to figure out what life is all about. I've been running endlessly, chasing down the dream, whatever that means. No, I won't let you tell me, I won't let you define what I'll be doing with my life, yeah. I'll keep searching till it's mine. Just one thing that I want. Just one thing. Is it too ambitious? Just one thing I've been dreaming of. More stars in my eyes than the night sky does. Oh, wanna do it out. Wanna do it out. I may not have it all, but I've got all I need. My heart cries for those lacking what they seek. We just keep running endlessly, chasing down the dream, trying to get free. Just one thing that I want. Just one thing. Is it too ambitious? Just one thing I've been dreaming of. More stars in my eyes than the night sky does. Oh, wanna do it out. Wanna do it out. They say you'll never work a day if you do what you love. I need to fill this hollow place. My heart keeps craving. One thing that I want. Just one thing. Or maybe two. Just one thing. No, I can't stop dreaming about it. I can't stop thinking about it. Wanna do it out. Wanna do it out. Wanna do it out. Wanna do it out. Do it out.
If you enjoyed this interview and the music, check out Joya Soul at joyasoulmusic.com or at Joya Soul on Instagram. Until then, or until next time, stay awake and shine on always.